then so now I'm trying to get a job working in an office, and it'd just be me and two other people. So I'm hoping I get that job. But it's like the things you have to do to protect your family versus having an income. You know, so yeah, that's like one of the biggest things that's been going on with me. Uh, but yeah, so I try to stay inside, order groceries as much as possible. It's a little harder over here. We're back in live on Twitch too, guys. So, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of scenarios and stuff like that that like puts me into this house and keeps me here.
If you don't mind that I asked about, like, there was a news that I watched about the White House thing. And if you don't mind, I asked.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
The White House
Yes.
news about them fighting each other like that. Yeah, when I was seeing it, I was at, oh, they are fighting. They are fighting.
Well, okay. So it's a group of people, right? So we're not talking like a huge portion of the United States, right? We're not talking about the whole United States. We're not talking about half the United States. We're talking about maybe, let's say, maybe a state's worth of people. Okay, not a whole lot of people, but a good like we could say we out of the what is it the 6 billion that live here, 6 million that live here, it's probably 100,000 people. It's probably 100,000 people, maybe, right? Um, at tops, right? But what it is you have less than that, probably like maybe about 10,000 people. Yes, that's Origins in the background there. Uh, so I say that a lot of them are getting arrested, right? They let them do what they wanted to do, kind of, got them out of there. But yeah, it's just a bunch of people who are upset. They're angry about their guy lost, and they don't understand that what they're doing is stopping democracy because they think that democracy is dead. They think that they didn't get to hear, they didn't get their voice told or heard or anything like that because they think that everyone's against them. And that kind of philosophy and way was made to be fear mongering by the POTUS president. I don't want to say his name because giving his name a mention or talking about his name, I think it makes a lot of people upset. So I'm just going to call him president. Yeah. So those people at the Capitol is allowed to fly out. Yeah. Yeah. No, they closed down a lot of the airports in the area just to keep those people trying to more contained. They did a whole bunch of things, and they beat the people with disabilities and tried to want healthcare. Yeah, no, exactly. There's a huge investigation going on because the president was supposed to call the National Guard to have them come out there. Instead, he sat there and watch it burn and watch these people happen. And they said that when it happened, he was happy that was happening. So he, uh, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get any legal action against him, but he's going to be the first president ever to have two. He is impeached. He's just sitting in office, you know. Just some sore losers in a church. Yeah, right, Tom. Yeah, they're just a bunch of people who are sore losers in that fact, but they also think that they've been wronged and mistreated. So, it's like what we have to do is we have to tell these people and assure them that this was one honestly and truthfully, but you can only do so much, right? You only can say that so many times to somebody, that this is true, this is what happened, right? And here's the evidence, kind of thing. So that's a lot of things that are going on over here. Uh, Slowly, every one of those people that went into that place are getting arrested,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're trying to charge them. The government's trying to charge them with domestic terrorism because that's what they were. They were domestic terrorists. Yeah, right, Tom. Yeah, he's going to lose, and it's all going to be someone else's fault, and that there's going to be riots in the streets because of it. Yep, right.
Yeah.
And then you can tell, just like anything else, when something's failing by all the people who are denying it. As soon as you have a group of people denying or saying, "Oh, I'm not with them. This is a bad thing. This is a tragedy." As soon as you have someone say that, doesn't matter which side of the table you say it on, unless you're on the side of the table that gives a resolution to the problem, all you're doing is making yourself not be a target. Like, I don't want to be a target. Stay away from me, kind of thing. And that's not what we need. We need someone to be involved on the ground, going, "This is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do. We're going to charge these people with domestic terrorism." That's it. And that's really what we need, is more definitive statements from both sides instead of giving a roundabout answers. And that's really what politics is.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a government official um, in Florida that went over to the Capitol building, that broke in and said, "I'm in the building. I'm in the building." And they found out, and they went down there and they federally arrested him with, breaking and entering and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, a lot. I see the news. They got few like group person or a lot of person that go into the White House.
Mm-hmm.
They originally at the White House outside of the White House. Then it was just like breaking like that, and inside a lot of like VIP people like that. They need to evacuate right now before the rest of the person come in and just do something.
Well, okay, so when you watch the tapes and stuff like that, you have to watch a bunch of different videos, right? So um, the campus, they call them campus police. It's the Capitol Police, right? So when the Capitol Police, you see them kind of letting people go forward and stuff like that. So a lot of those people are not going to get in trouble, and they should. A lot of those Capitol Police should get in trouble. But what was going on was, with those Capitol Police, was that they were drawing back to re-defend themselves, because they can, you put them next to they were getting next to the stairs. They put all these barricades next to the stairs, and the reason they were opening the barricades is so that those people that were coming in, but still, they at the point where they passed that first barricade, where the cops were past the barricade, they should have called the National Guard at that point. They should have been calling backup. They were. Those cops on the front lines were calling for backup as those people were coming in, and no one responded and stuff like that. The only reason they pulled back in the first place was to more defend themselves, and they were just overran immediately and had to push back and stuff like that. The ironic thing is that one of those people, one of those cops, God rest his soul, was pretty much beaten to death, and
Oh yeah.
he was beaten to death by a Blue Lives Matter banner, flag. A Blue Lives Matter flag, which is, Cops Lives Matter flag. He got beaten with that. Now, tell me, what were those people doing? Those were domestic terrorists, if anything, if when you get down to it. But they will be handled, and Canton Police were suspended due to not doing anything. Right. One of them was the selfie guy. I'm taking a credible threat. Instead, they put a handful of cops out there. Oh, no. See, another 17 investigation. Yeah. There's way more going on and stuff like that than what's been led onto. I mean, the Daily Show was there. Watch the Daily Show clip. I think it was the Daily Show, but they were on there on the front line, following them up to the Capitol building, asking what they're doing, and they're saying we're taking back it over. This is a revolution, and I was just like, holy crap! They're saying it right there. Each one of them that are going up there are getting arrested. So we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't really worry about it. There's we don't have to worry about it as much as everyone thinks we do. It's going to get handled. Everyone's pissed off. The president is going to get the full force of this one. I think he will be fully. I think he'll be taken out of power, and when that happens, he'll have no authority to do anything. That's just my opinion.
Okay, now, so at that news, after that scene when they break in, after that scene, I watched it. Then the other scene was like the police all the people right there. I bat something and just like hit the person like that, and they take a shield, they hit. I was saying like, oh, there you go, they fight again, or they're fighting.
Right, and I think this is not going to be the last time of them either. This is just the beginning of what we're dealing with. I mean, we're going to have now like splinter cell groups and groups of people that are going to be acting like this, thinking that they're wronged. And he's really did a really disservice to this country, dividing us again. And I guess it also makes good news because he also made a big target on them. Now we know who they are. Now we know where they are. Now we know what they're doing. It's just white nationalists, right? And you're right too. Also strip them of the ability to run for office again. They're going to do that. I'm pretty. His pretty presidential pension, use of Secret Service, and more. Yeah, no, right. He can't be. That's a zombie. He's gonna get it. But it is time for me to let you guys go. It's always good to have you, Thunderstorm Rex, good co-host around here today. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you guys all later in the next episode. Peace, guys. Later.
Bye.
Alright, guys, let's catch you later. Peace. Remember, Spacenoids, get in your zone, because once we're in our zone, we can't be stopped. Peace. Sorry for the interruption.